Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Bowling Green officer that was shot last week is on the road to recovery. And Washington, D.C. is hosting the annual Taste of the South Gala this weekend. Stay with us to see what special honor Kentucky received.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on July 13th, and a first alert weather day is in place across the region this morning. Let's check in with first alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron for the very latest. Now, Cameron, whenever I was on my way in this morning, I didn't see any rain as of now. So what can we expect for the rest of the day?
Yeah, the good news, Olivia, as many people wake up and walk out the door, no weather worries this morning. We're actually quiet out there as you wake up and walk out the door, but it could be a little bit of a different story by the late afternoon, also into this evening, as a first alert weather day is in place for the possibility of some strong to severe storms. Not going to be a widespread issue, but a few stronger storms are possible by the late afternoon, also into this evening. Watching out for potentially some heavy rainfall and some strong straight line winds. The level 2 slight risk of severe weather is in place for all the areas in yellow, basically from Mount Vernon to McKee to Hazard over into the Jenkins area and back to the north. And for everyone else, a level 1 marginal risk is in place. Like I said, the main threats: heavy rainfall, strong straight line winds, possibly some small hail. The tornado threat, not zero, but it's very low. But still, just be sure that you have a way to receive warnings by the late afternoon, also into this evening. As you wake up, though, we are dry on radar. Those temperatures upper 60s and lower 70s. And once again, as we go into the rest of your Thursday, watching out for those storm chances, mainly for the second half of your Thursday. Temperatures topping out in the middle to upper 80s, and again, a few more showers and storms possible by tonight. That full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Cameron. Bowling Green police are giving an update on the condition of an officer shot in the line of duty. The department says Officer Matt Davis continues to improve each day. They say his surgeries have been successful and he is aware of the support with prayers and fundraisers from the community. Officer Davis suffered multiple gunshot wounds in an incident with another man last week. Some local governments have been targeted by scammers. Officials with the Kentucky Association of Counties say some governments have been hit with scammers changing payroll bank account information. It notes in some cases money intended for county employees was redirected to the scammer's account. Visit kaco.org for more information on the situation. Camp Unite kicked off this week in Pikeville, bringing middle school students together for addiction education. The camp provides students with art lessons, food, sports, dancing, and more, uniting the activities with lessons about life, choices, and the ability to pave your own path forward. Those involved say the work of the camp to educate and empower is not only important, but impactful.
One person makes one choice, and then all of those choices put together absolutely overwhelm the world. And these are the kids we're seeing it.
The camp continues through the week, but organizers are already looking forward to seeing how their campers will take what they learn back to where they live. This week at Knott County Central High School, students in the community are attending Camp Noah. It is a nationally known camp with a vision to serve disaster-impacted kids and families by building resiliency, restoring hope, and changing lives. The kids also received special visitors from Ohio-based crisis response canines, giving support while the kids process what's happened in the last year.
The children are just so lovely. The camp counselors, all the volunteers, everybody's just lovely, and it's nice to see some of the ones that are struggling just light up when our dogs walked in.
The 3 canines that visited the camp this week were Murphy, Zodiac, and Rory. Each of them got to spend time with the kids throughout the day. 13 southern states, including Kentucky, will come together this Saturday in Washington, D.C. for the annual Taste of the South Gala. It's a night of great food and fun, but at its core are the charities it raises money for. Event organizers say Taste of the South was created in 1982. The group was living in Washington, D.C. and missed their home and Southern hospitality. More than 2,000 people are expected at this year's gala. Organizers say they raised $1 million this year, which all goes to support each state's charity of choice. This year focused on domestic violence awareness. Kentucky's pick is the Center for Women and Families. Kentucky even received a high honor this year.
Each year you have to raise enough money to become the featured table out of the 13 southern states. And this year is Kentucky's, and it's very much of an honor, and it will be really great.
Some of the food Kentucky will be serving at the gala include KFC and Howard's Creek authentic beer cheese. The Laurel County 4-H Ag Fair is celebrating 60 years. The Cornett family has been a part of the fair since the beginning, with Charles Cornett being one of the founders. Although he died in 2013, his wife and grandson still have a large part in keeping the fair filled with participants each year.
Well, it just took a lot of work and effort in keeping the youth involved in farming. Farming has been pretty gone down somewhat in the community. Not a lot of farm kids, and it just took a lot of work and from the teachers in schools and the community to keep it running.
This year, Cornett's grandson Josh is the Laurel County 4-H Ag Fair Committee president, and he says his granddad really inspired him to stay involved. Soon, parents will take their children back to school shopping, but students in one central Kentucky county are getting a homework pass on that assignment. Leanne Smith with Lincoln County Schools says providing their students with free school supplies is a way of leveling the playing field. This is the 4th year the school district is doing this program.
Once we found out this was an acceptable way to spend those funds, we thought it was a great way to use that money and also help out our families at the same time.
Smith says she hopes they will be able to continue providing free school supplies in the future, but it depends on the district's budget moving forward. People are still working to clean up after severe storms hit central Kentucky late last month. Madison County was one of the hardest hit areas. Many neighborhoods saw hail damage to their homes and vehicles. Siding ripped off walls, golf ball-sized holes in their cars, broken windows, downed trees and limbs, and metal roofs peeled off.
For me, driving through the damaged areas, I started thinking about trees close to areas where crowds might be, trees close to facilities that could be damaged from those trees.
The city of Richmond is offering a storm debris drop-off site behind Madison Central High School. That's for brush only, not regular household trash, and it will be open today through the 27th, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, there were powerful storms in the Chicago area yesterday evening that brought torrential rain, and some states in the U.S. are dealing with a heat wave.
Plus, we are watching out for potentially some strong to severe storms later today. All those details coming up.